Hello, my reading friends, and welcome back to the Jane Austen Literacy Foundation channel. My name is Melissa. I am the community manager, and I did a video a few weeks ago, I think it's been now, about books that I grabbed from the library. I'm very much a mood reader, and I love to have books on hand just so that I can find something to read at any moment. It's not like I don't have shelves and shelves of books here at home to choose from, but you get it. If you're a mood reader, you need options. And I had a few people comment that they really enjoyed it and they wanted me to keep doing it as a series. So here we are again. I made another trip to my local library and I was influenced by some booktubers to grab some of these books. I will tag them in the description box below, but I have 5 new books in from the library this week. Let's get started. So the first one actually was a just impulse grab when I went to pick up the other books that were on hold, and it is called Raiders of the Lost Heart. I mean, if this book doesn't scream summer vibes and adventure and romance, I don't know what does. It says archaeologist Dr. Socorro Corey has a bone to pick, literally. It's been Corey's life goal to lead an expedition deep into the Mexican jungle in search of the long-lost remains of her ancestor Chimali, an ancient warrior of the Aztec Empire. When she is invited to join an all-expense-paid dig to do just that, Corey is sure it's too good to be true. And she's right. Things happen, romance happens, adventure happens. I believe there's a little bit of mystery along the way, so I'm kind of excited to check this one out, and I hope it lives up to my expectations that I have for it. All right, the next 2 are from the same author. I finally got my hands on Emily Henry book, and now I have devoured Book Lovers that I had on hold for months and months and months, and I bought myself for my birthday, and then my hold came in the same day, but that's okay because I am now sharing it with somebody else this week that I promised them I would bring it to her to read because it is just a good book and everyone needs to check it out. So I read Book Lovers, and then after that I read Funny Story, which is Emily Henry's newest release, and it was fantastic. So that was on the other library haul that I had. So why not go ahead and request all of her books, and now they're all coming in at the same time. So the next one I have is Happy Place. This one is, I believe, they were a couple. They broke up 5 months ago. They still haven't told their friends, and then their friends are like, hey, we're going to go on this last sort of vacation together to, I think it's like a beach house or something that someone's parents are selling, something like that. And they don't tell anyone that they have been broken up for a while. They go on the trip and we're going to see what happens. I've kind of heard mixed reviews on this one, so I think I've heard people saying has some heavier topics, so we will see. And I did just want to mention that the books that I am sharing have all levels of steam, so be sure to check them out ahead of time to see if it's something that you are comfortable reading. And as any books, like, we all have our preferences of what we love, so if you see vibing with the same sort of books that I'm reading, then check them out, but just make sure it's always great to do a little homework before you go and grab something. All right, next we have Beach Read by, no surprise, Emily Henry. This one I think is the most similar to Book Lovers in that it has kind of like a bookish sort of setting. Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. They are opposites attract, and we will see what happens on this. But with the heat wave we're having, Beach Read, even though I have no beach here, sounds like the perfect read at this time. All right, next I was kind of, after I read Funny Story, which is set in Michigan, my home state, and it got me kind of inspired for those sort of lake vibe books, and I was looking to see what else I could find because you read one book and you love it, and then it just sends you on a rabbit trail of looking for other books that are similar to that one. And this came up in a list. It's called The Sweet Spot. I think this is a little bit more maybe serious in nature, but it says sometimes you find what you need most where you least expect it. It is about a single mom. She is fired from her job. She's looking for some stability. She ends up on a tiny island in Lake Erie. And it is, I believe, kind of a Grumpy Sunshine sort of book. And it has a cat on the cover. So, I mean, nothing can be bad about a book with a cat on the cover. So this one, I really don't know much about at all. It was just on a list of, if you want to read books that are set around the Great Lakes that we have in the States here, this came up. So we're going to check that one out. All right, and the last book, I saw quite a few YouTubers talking about this one, and it kind of intrigued me. It is 7 Days in June, and from what I know, they are both writers and they're struggling with inspiration, and they kind of swap genres and then see what plays out in that. It seems, I've heard some people say that they don't really feel that it's a romance, that it's got a lot of emotion and lots of other things going on as well. So I'm going to give it a try, see what happens, but I'm really excited for this one as well. So we're going from kind of lighthearted and fun to maybe a little bit more serious, but that is truly one of the things that I love about reading books with romance in them, that there's so much variety in what you read and what you get out of them, and it can be lighthearted and fun, it can be serious and heart-wrenching, and I just love to read about love. So I hope that gives you some ideas. I would love to know what you have checked out from the library this week. Have you been visiting the library? Have you been trying to read through some of the books that you already have at home? What's happening in your reading life right now? Tell me all about it. If you haven't checked out our Patreon community, consider coming joining us over there. I will put the links down in the description below. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are inching our way to 1,000 subscribers, and it would be amazing if you help us get there. Share with your friends, share with anyone else that loves to read some of the books that we are talking about on the channel, and we will thank you for it. All right, well, happy reading for another week, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!